What would you do if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, get by with little help from my friends. Get high with little help from my friends. Gonna try with little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do you feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with little help from my friends. Get high with little help from my friends. Gonna try with little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I need somebody to love. Oh, get by with little help from my friends. Gonna try with little help from my friends. Oh, get high with little help from my friends. Yeah, I get by with little help from my friends. With little help from my friends. Hey, great to see you, and thank you very much for joining me for another lesson. Okay, so all the usual stuff applies. If you find the video helpful, perhaps you could click on the like or the subscribe if you haven't done already. Down below you will find links to my website, my Patreon page for anybody who'd like to support me, and anything else of importance will be down there below. Okay, so this week's lesson, I'm going to take a look at another Beatles song there. As you could hear, it's With a Little Help from My Friends. I find this goes down really well when I play it out live and stuff. It's a bit of a sing-along, this one, so I think it's well worth adding to your repertoire. Now, it starts in D, okay, and most of you are going to be familiar with these chords in this song. There's nothing out of the ordinary really, but for those of you who aren't sure, there'll be some diagrams up above there. So we start with a D, playing from the third string downwards. We play 2, we play it twice, we strum twice effectively, like so. Then we take the first finger off, then we put the pinky on the 4th string 4th fret, and the first finger goes back down but onto the 4th string of the 2nd fret, and then we go back to an open D, and that is the intro. Okay, you just got all right. So as I always say, try and make these things your own. Try and put something of yourself into the songs. That's what I do. Okay, they're never going to be identical as such. I think it's much more important to try and, as I say, put your own stamp on it. Right, so that's the intro. That takes us into the verses, which go from a D major to an A major to an E minor. Now the D to the A is quite a quick change, and the A to the E is a quick change. So the way to maybe start out with that is just play 2 strums on each. So 2 for the D, then to the A, 2 on the A, and then the E minor, you hold it longer. Then you go to an A7, back to D. Okay? And then it repeats that. So you got 2 for the D, 2 for the A, to the E minor, hold the E minor, to the A7 and D. All right. Then we're into the Oh I Get By, and all that stuff is C, G, D. 3 times C, G, D. C, G, D. It goes to an A7. That's only after the first verse. Everything you need to know is in the intro where I play the song. I cover all the little things there, okay? So you'll notice I do that first after the first verse. So let's go through that first verse one more time, all right? So it's the D, A, E minor, which we hold, to the A7 and D. We repeat, D2, A2, E minor, hold, A7 and D. Then we're into our C, G, D. C, D, G, D. One more, C, G, D. Okay, so that's what it does after the first verse. And as I always say, it's very, very important to have a listen to the song and also to write out the arrangement, because that helps it stick more than me telling you what it is. When you actually have to do something yourself, like listen to the song and write it down, it really goes in the memory banks a whole lot better, okay? So it's well worth doing. Right, so we've looked at the intro and we've checked out the verse. Right, now, when we come into the second verse, we just do the same thing. So we got D, A, E minor, A7 and D. Repeat, D, A, E minor, A7 and D. And back to our C, G, D. C, G, D. C, G, D. Now this is where it changes. This is where, do you need anybody? Yeah. B minor. Anybody. To E major. Yeah. Then we just D, C, G. Back to B minor. Could it be any E major? Body. Same again. D, C, G. Only then, on the last time, it goes C, G, D. Okay? And as I say, if you listen to the intro where I play it, it should make sense. And it will certainly make sense once you've listened to the track and written down the arrangement. Okay, so let's just touch on the B minor section one more time. Yeah? So it's, could it be anybody? E major. D, C, G. Should it? Back to B minor. E major. Just repeats. D, C, and G. But after that, remember, C, G, D. C, G, D. Now, let me talk you through the end section, okay? So, funnily enough, this section, B minor section to the E major, is what takes us into the end, if you like. Okay, so let me just sing you through it or whatever. Could it be any E, D, C, G? Could it be minor, E major, D, C, G? Now we're back into get by with little help from my friends, which is just C, G, D, yeah? I'm gonna try, same again, little help from my friends. Right, so that's 2. Oh, I get high, same again, little help from my friends. Yeah, I get by with little help. Now, this is the final line. So when we come to the C, oh, I get by with little help from my friends. G, with a little help from my... Now we have a B flat. Friends. And the way I'm playing a B flat there, okay, is just the first finger is playing the 5th string of the 1st fret. And this 3rd finger is playing like an A chord. If you imagine a traditional A that you're familiar with there. Well, if you just move that up, that's all I'm doing, but I'm playing those 3 strings like that because I'm not actually hitting this bottom one, yeah? So I'm just hitting the top 2 or 3 strings there. Well, it's actually the 5th and the 4th, yeah? So that's your B flat. C, you move it up 2 frets. And then we end on a D. Yeah? So let me take you just through the final couple of lines into the ending, yeah? Oh, I get high with little help from my friends. Yeah, I get by with little help from my friends, with little help from my friends. And that pretty much covers it, yeah? That's pretty much everything you need to know there. Now, I don't always go into a lot of detail with the right hand, as you know, because that's what makes us an individual in a sense. So you must find your own way, okay? Now, having said that, a lot of this is downstrokes when I kind of play it, okay? So I'm just playing it for a verse, for example. Just 2 down there to the A, same again. But when I get to the E minor, I try and embellish it a little bit. So I'm putting a couple of upstrokes in there, yeah? Back to your A7, they're just down, and the D is just down. But to make it turn around, I put an upstroke in to when we come back round to repeat. So there's not much going on there, yeah? And then what I'm doing to try and make it a little bit different from the verses, when I come into the, I'm kind of half dampening that a little bit. So it just makes it different from the verses, as I say. Sometimes when you're not playing with a band and you're just playing by yourself, you need to kind of maintain a bit of interest. And that's how you can do it, by just changing things up a little bit, yeah? So on that bit, so maybe even just with the C and the G, dampen it a little bit, but when you come to the D, you can let it ring a bit more. That kind of idea, it just gives it a little something, yeah? On the B minor section, I'm not really doing anything. So there's a bit of up and down there, down, to your E major, and then we're just bit of dampening, yeah, and towards the end, let's say this one's the end now, let it ring. B flat, all down, C all down, and D. Just, yeah? Maybe end something like that for your D. So there you have it, guys. I hope that that helps you. I think it's well worth learning. It's a great little song to run through and add to your repertoire. So if you have any comments, leave them down below. It's always great to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much for watching.